What's up, friends? Welcome to SPDM TV. My name is Mike, part of the SPDM crew, and I watch a lot of TV. We talk about various TV topics, reviews, and general appreciation of TV past and new. You can follow me on Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, and serialized at MLHilty2452 to see what all I'm watching. This week, it is the week of Halloween, and we are doing a very special episode where we're talking about the Simpsons Treehouse of Horror episodes. And I have brought in a friend of the show, fellow SPDM crew podcaster, and Simpsons fan extraordinaire.
Mm,
He's the co-host of you've got a bunch of shows on the network now. So you've got Curbside
got a
Collections,
few.
which is your
Yep.
your show proper. You co-host the super fun, happy horror hour and the cinematic
Beautifully said.
wasteland. I cannot tell you how many times I've said super happy fun horror. No, 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 no. But
SF Triple H.
there we go. There we go. That's how I remembered it. I've got Adam Ritchie here. Adam, thank you very much. How's it going?
It's going very well. It's happy to be here on my first time on the TV episode.
Yeah,
Exciting stuff, especially when we're talking about Treehouse of Horror. A great excuse to watch more Simpsons.
I think you've done the mixed CD one. You've done the sports one. Yeah, this
Yes,
is
we do the
this
Formula
this
One on and the AFL.
yeah. So okay, yeah, this is your first time on this one. So cool. I'm looking forward
It is,
to
yeah.
this. So what we are doing for this episode, we are doing a Simpsons Treehouse of Horror draft. So we are drafting our top 10 episodes, and through our top 10 episodes, we're just going to talk about what exactly we like about these episodes, why'd we pick them. As soon as somebody picks it, it is off the board and it is not available for anybody. With 10 and just the two of us, we should get through most of them, like most of like the really, really good ones, the like first nine or so episodes just fine.
Hmm.
But you never know. People, weirder things have happened. So before we get to the draft, briefly, Adam, can you talk about your Simpsons fandom and why you've
Mm.
continued to stick with the show?
Well, okay. I'll start with the last part first because I watched it all up until about season 35. I have kind of stopped. I don't watch a lot of TV anymore. As you know, I watch mostly movies. So I do make my way through sitcoms at a time. So I've even stopped watching American Dad, Family Guy for the most part. So I haven't kept up with the last season and a half probably. But the reason I even stuck with it that long is because, man, I'm a diehard Simpsons fan. For the first 12 seasons, especially seasons 2 to 12, I would have seen some episodes close to 100 times. When I go back, because it has been a while since I've gone back and watched some of those older episodes, and when I watch them, I realize, oh, so that's why I say that. There's so many quotes that I have in my life, and especially watching Treehouse of Horror episodes recently, just in prep for this show, I didn't realize how many quotes that I just say on a day-to-day basis come from actual Treehouse of Horror episodes. Don't ask me to name any of them now, but as I was watching, I'm like, oh, this one, that's from this one, it's from this one. But yeah, I mean, I've got a lot of Simpsons memorabilia, which I'm actually trying to sell on eBay at the moment because I don't have the place to store it. I've got this great anthology book. I used to buy all their books that they come out with episode guides. I mean, I would consider myself a pretty hardcore Simpsons fan, which has just tapered off in the later years. Like many people, I would have a similar story.
Well, to stick with it up to season 35,
Mm.
you deserve a bit of a medal because those
I'm a
20.
completist, if
Yeah,
nothing else.
yeah, I agree. I agree with that. I've listened to your curbside collection episodes enough to know you are a completionist when it comes to your content. And I'm just looking at some of these episodes from like we're well over like 900 or like 800 episodes of the
It's
show.
bananas. It'll never be matched. It'll
No,
never be matched.
and the fact that it has continued this far into it is
Hmm.
crazy. But
Mm,
it's a testament to just the fandom sticking with it. Fox clearly still sees this as a cash cow for them, which I think globally it probably still is. I feel like they added The Simpsons into like their like the Universal Studios very, very
mm,
late. Like I don't understand why they
okay.
did it now as opposed to doing it years ago when the show was still popular, but it still generates revenue for them, I'm sure. And
Yeah, it must do. Yeah, because there's no other reason. Like it must be. And sorry to butt in, but it must be because they still sell the rights overseas,
mhm.
and I reckon that's where they'd be making their money from. Plus, it also might attract people to Disney Plus streaming and whatnot.
Yeah, because
Um,
it's all about content, right?
I
And IP
yeah,
and how you can manage that. There's a reason why, the Seinfeld catalog and the what's the other one? South
The
Park
Office.
and Friends, all of
Oh
them
yeah.
when they get licensed on a certain streaming service, they see a bump and then people
Hmm.
riot when they leave. So
Yeah.
I get that. Yeah, for sure.
This
So
is why we need to own physical media, though, isn't it, Mike? So you don't have to
exactly,
write when they leave.
exactly, exactly. This is the there is no greater advocate of physical media than the streaming industry
Yes.
when they remove
Mm.
things from their streaming service and people bitch and complain. And it's like,
Yeah.
well, if you own the physical discs, you're not gonna
I
have to worry
do.
about that.
When I see those complaints in the online forums and whatnot, I kind of just shrug my shoulders to myself and go, we're trying to tell you streaming is not a forever,
No,
it's not a forever thing. It can't be. HBO, and I saw HBO have just announced the price increase. Again, Netflix
immediately.
have gone up again. Yeah, it's nuts. It's nuts. And they're pricing themselves out of, it's going to be for the wealthy.
Pretty much. Yeah. I
Mm.
mean, that's what happens, right? You
Mm.
know,
Yeah.
or you have to subscribe to like the lowest tier level where in
Yeah.
between like everything you have to watch like 7 or 8 ads in order to proceed forward.
which is which is the defeats the whole purpose of why people went to streaming in the first place. It was
Mhm.
to avoid ads and get away from free-to-air TV. I know this is a Simpsons episode, but it's I'll bitch about streamers. I mean, of course I have streaming apps, but I don't have as many as I used to because it's not sustainable. It's
Mhm.
just completely unsustainable. I mean, yeah, what's going to happen in future is that people will be switching in and out month to month for what they
Mhm.
want to watch. I mean, I think a lot of people do that now. I do that, especially with Netflix. I get it for a month at a time, and that's about it.
That's fair because with Netflix, there's some good stuff on, but there's also too much bad stuff to necessitate having it consistently. So I hear you there. I think the only thing that we're probably going to have consistently after a while is Disney Plus because
Yes.
between all the Marvel, Star Wars, and Disney stuff,
Pixar,
plus
Hulu.
the straight trash that my kids watch from the Disney Channel and all of that. Yeah.
Mm.
So
I use Disney Plus more than any other streamer at the moment. I got HBO Max. I don't use that a lot. It's not as big. The content isn't as much here as it is in the US. It's still growing. But yeah, I mean, I will keep Disney because I find I watch that a lot, especially for those old ABC sitcoms that they have. I actually started the Golden Girls recently again because I watched that. I watched it as a 8-year-old, 10-year-old with my dad back in the day, and
Mm,
that show as an adult, that show is so funny. It is
mm,
unbelievably funny,
nice.
even 40 years later.
Cool. All right. So why don't we start our draft?
Let's do it.
And as the guest, I will let you go first, and we'll just go back and forth. I've got
Hmm.
my trusty draft queue right here,
Hmm.
and I've got all the episodes listed here in my maniacal
Wowza.
scribbling. So Adam, with the first pick in the Simpsons Treehouse of Horror draft, Adam Ritchie selects what?
So I haven't done a lot of drafts. So am I just picking from what I think are my absolute favorites to least. Is
Yeah.
it best? Is it best to go first? I'm going to just go my favorites
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
much as I can in order. So my very favorite episode, sorry, my very well, this segment comes from my very favorite episode of Treehouse of Horror, and it's something that stuck with me forever because I just love the concept, I love the idea, and that's called the Genesis Tub.
Damn it.
And that
Drop.
is, yeah, season 7. Yeah, I would imagine that most people would love this episode, and obviously this is the one where Lisa grows a grows a civilization on a tooth in a petri dish, basically. It's just amazing. It's just fantastic.
So this episode is really great because I feel like this Treehouse of Horror episodes parody a lot of different things.
Oh
And
yeah.
I feel like, you know, when it kind of veers into sci-fi a little bit, I tend to enjoy those a little bit more sometimes than
Yes.
some of the ones where it's just straight horror and then it sucks. It's just straight
You might
trash.
you might notice something similar with my choices actually,
Oh, okay.
because I
Gotcha.
like the sci-fi ones a bit more too.
Okay. Well, with my first pick, I am going to pick the classic The Devil and Homer Simpson. So, The Devil and Homer
Oh
Simpson,
yes. Or
it's
donuts.
the one where he sells his soul for a donut to the
Mm-hmm.
devil who is Ned Flanders. And he, it's got one of those nice lessons in there where it's like, hey, you promised your soul to Marge, so she's
Mm.
technically the rightful owner of this soul.
Yes.
Having Flanders as the devil, I think
It's great,
that's
isn't it?
that's a nice touch. And the just the council, the jury that they assemble of all these like horrible people throughout history is hilarious too.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's great. It's what yeah, as we talk through there's going to be a lot of detail I don't remember. I only really remember the details when I've rewatched them. I'm bad like that. But yeah, great choice. It's a great episode.
Well,
Great
in
segment, I should say.
your defense, I did just rewatch these over the last like week or so. So
Yeah.
no worries about that. Okay, Adam, your second pick.
My second pick, I'm going to pick one that's actually quite revolutionary for its time, and I loved it because it took The Simpsons to somewhere different, and it has still a line that probably one of my most quoted lines of any Simpsons episode, which is, "I'm somewhere where I don't know where I am."
Mhm,
That's Omega Man from season 8.
mhm.
So the episode 7, where that's the 3D episode, which was is that the sorry? No, that's Homer. Sorry, my bad. Homer
Homer
Cube?
cubed, yeah.
Homer Cube. That's the one. I always mix those up. So you might see a pic later on. Anyway, but yeah, I mean the 3D of that, and that was not long after like Toy Story and stuff come out. So the animation, seeing Homer in the real world, it was just good stuff.
That I will give credit to the Treehouse of Horror episodes that at least try something different. Even
Mm,
when you go more recent ones, there was one in season 34, all the way in season
right.
34,
Wow.
there was an anime episode. I was like,
Oh yes.
like that one's actually pretty good. Pretty good. I will give it a little bit of credit for that.
That was what was that one? That was based on Death Note, wasn't it?
Yep. So it's
Yeah.
Death Tome.
Death Tome,
Yeah.
yes, I watched that yesterday. Yeah, and because that had the Pukaduke in it as well, which was I like the Pukaduke as well.
That
Um,
that whole episode actually is pretty good because then also the next one
Simpsons World.
is
Mm,
based on Westworld. And
yeah,
just
yeah.
if you're looking for a great time capsule episode of just some of these fun moments throughout Simpson lore, that one's actually pretty great. So
Yeah, I agree. That's a really good. Yeah, that was a good episode. I was happy I got to see that. To be
mhm.
honest.
But the Homer cubed episode is just
Mm,
it's so revolutionary for the time.
yes.
I love just at the end when he's in the real world.
Mm,
Where's the first place that he goes into? An exotic cake store? Like,
yeah,
okay,
yeah, yeah,
cool.
yeah.
That's funny.
Pat, Patty and Selma have a great line in that too, because he's in the wall and he goes, "It didn't just disappear into fat air." It's
Yes.
so funny. It's so funny.
Oh, that's a good one.
So quotable for such small episodes, so small segments. I keep saying episodes. It's just unbelievably quotable. So well written to be so tight with what they deliver,
Mhm.
especially back in those early episodes.
Yeah. Speaking of quotable, if I'm honest with myself, and if there is any quote that I say the most from any of these episodes, it's anytime that there's bad weather, I say, boy, lousy smarch weather.
Lousy smarts, were they?
So my next one is Nightmare on Evergreen Terrace, which
Yes.
is a great parody of A Nightmare on Elm Street to make Groundskeeper Willie the Freddy Krueger
Yeah, it's
of this
great.
episode.
Don't
But
touch Willie. Good advice.
yeah. So fun lines, the origin story where they're at a PTA meeting and they're voting against all these things
Mm.
that Willie needs at this particular moment when he's burning alive. And the dream sequences are really funny too. So yeah, this one I think
Inventive.
it's
Like,
very inventive. It's
mm,
when the Simpsons, the Treehouse of Horror episodes in particular, they're parodying like classic movies, like classic horror movies at least. That
hmm.
I really like. So yeah, I love this one.
Yeah, excellent choice. Love that. I am looking for an episode that I haven't written down, but I'll find it as we talk because that might be a last minute one for me if I need it. My next one is it's so hard to choose. I'm going to choose Bart Simpson Dracula because I love Bram Stoker's Dracula, and it does it really well. The way Mr. Burns is Bram Stoker is Dracula. It's just brilliant. The way he's looking over from the castle as he's driving up like this. It's just so many great things in that episode segment. God damn, stop saying episode.
It's all good. Bart Simpson's Dracula, that one, yeah, they they did a really good job parodying that one. I quite enjoy that, especially because just the way that he just making Mr. Burns Dracula and just the look of him
Mm.
is just
Yeah,
is
yeah,
just
it's
really great.
amazing.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
great, great pick for that one. Where did I have that? Right there. Okay. So my next pick. So another one that has some like pretty quotable lines. I found it there's one episode that they do a little later on where they do make fun or not make fun. They I guess kind of make fun and pay homage to a lot of Stanley Kubrick stuff,
Yeah,
but
I know what you're gonna. I know.
I'm picking from season where is it? Season 6, the
Mhm.
first segment, The Shinning.
That was my next choice. You mean The Shining? Shh, you want to get sued?
You want to get sued? Yeah.
Yeah, great choice. The Shining's fantastic.
The
Oh,
just
work and no play make Homer go something something.
crazy, don't mind if I do.
Don't mind
Um,
if I do.
and then here's the it's funny because they do what is it? Don't mind if I do. And then even just the part where he is, you know, the classic here's Johnny,
Yeah,
but then he's like, and then they has to go all the way to 60 minutes.
yeah.
That
Mickey, what's his? Someone Rooney. What's his name? Not Mickey Rooney.
I don't remember
Andy
his.
Rooney.
Yeah, he's only a couple. Yeah, the to make like also that whole episode is one where they have Willie always getting killed with an axe. And that to me is just hilarious
Yeah, it's good.
when they did that. But you're right. The even when Bart first uses his shinning, he like even Bart is just like shinning coming in hot for this discussion. So I got my buddy Mike Whildin in here. Mike and I's conversations when it comes to The Simpsons are now the stuff of legend because we did a 25 favorite Simpsons episode or a Simpsons episode article for one of the other sites I used to write for. It was 16 pages long, and our
Hmm.
podcast where we went through some of our favorites was 4 hours long. My
Wow.
God, that's
And split into 8 parts
and then I
because of
re-released
that.
it. I re-released it into one part, and
Oh, that's right.
Oh,
wouldn't
the director's cut.
the director's cut, yeah, and wouldn't you know it? I've got a fair amount of people who have listened to it. So look at that advertising for for longer cuts, director cuts, etc. But Mike, thanks for jumping on for this. So
Certainly. Sorry, I'm a little late. It is early here. One, would you send me the link to that full version? Because I would like to re-listen to that. I listened to that on the
Yeah,
road a couple years
ditto.
ago, but I'd like
yep,
to re-listen to that.
yep, we'll do.
Send it
No,
this way too, Mike. I'd be keen. I'm actually wanted to ask before you jump in, Mike, what both of your favorite episodes are. I mean, I could listen to the
Yeah.
episode, I suppose, but
So we could narrow it down. We agreed on a top three, I
mhm.
think, right?
okay. Yep.
So Lisa the vegetarian is kind of unanimous. Like
Ah.
I think for a decade as we talk about this, we never really said it, but like that was kind of always one where we said if there's a top five or a top three, it's in there. That's
Mm.
kind of how we would talk about episodes. Like, oh, this is probably top five, this is top
Yeah,
10, but
yeah,
we never ranked them before we
yeah.
made this list.
Mhm.
So I
It's interesting.
think one of us had it at three, one of us had it at one, somewhere around there.
Yeah, I had it at one. You had it at
Yeah,
three. Um,
yeah. And
That's the one
then
with Paul McCartney in it, right?
yep, Paul McCartney,
And
Linda
that's
McCartney.
the
yeah,
the best day of your life, the best kiss of your life so far. Is that the one where Homer and Marge, the B story, is
that's the
also a
movie.
bit?
I
Oh,
believe
is that the movie?
no.
See,
Yeah.
this is it all blends.
Well,
I'm
but
just for Mike's benefit, I have a really bad memory for details, so I'll remember aspects and
Oh,
if
that's
stuff
fine.
comes up in real life. But when it comes to
All
details,
good.
even episodes I watched yesterday, I miss. So yes,
well,
that is the movie.
that episode has some great lines in it. You don't win friends with salad. You've
Oh, that's
got
so yeah, yeah, yeah.
you've got the Lisa.
Oh,
Why
that's
are
the
you? Why do you want to dissect me? You're like, why
that's
is this worm
Um,
talking like a lamb?
that's with the
yeah,
pig when pigs fly, and he's like, "Would you still like to donate the money?"
yeah,
Nope,
Still
no.
rather not.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just a little
For
airborne. It's still good. It's still good. It's gone, Dad.
for me, I love seeing the three progressively smaller and cuter sheep, and then the first one wanders in, and
Yes.
Homer's just like,
Yeah.
"Out of the way, you!" and slaps
Yeah.
out of the
Hallelujah,
way.
you. Yeah.
Or and that's I think the best Troy McClure of all of them
Yeah.
is that one.
Oh,
It's
yes.
just I mean it's
Okay.
like more it's like a joke and a half a second for how fast that one is just oh
Yeah,
man,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
great.
What's
So that was up there for us. I believe we both love Lisa on Ice. I think I had that as number one, and you had that
Hmm.
as three.
I had that as three.
And then I think during the discussion, we actually both held. So I would maybe argue in retrospect that we both probably see this as number one, which is And Maggie Makes Three, which is Homer
Okay.
telling the
Yep.
story of how Maggie was born.
Which for sale.
Because yeah, it's just very funny, but out of the Simpsons does a good job of having an emotional impact,
Oh
out of
yeah.
nowhere,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
nowhere better than at the end of that episode
Do it for
when
her.
Oh,
they
yep,
yeah.
yep. That
Mm.
one.
That's
Yeah.
it gives you chills in the best way. So
Yeah. That's
I feel like we didn't even say it, but I feel like we unofficially decided that was maybe our number one. But
Yeah.
but at the very least, I think we agreed on those top three.
but oh, I'm actually happy that the monorail episode didn't enter that conversation because it is such a cliche answer.
It's
Marge versus the
still,
Yeah,
monorail.
still,
It's
I
it's an
it's
amazing
still a
episode, but
great episode, though.
yeah. I
it
actually
is a
like the
great
one where Homer
episode.
goes to space.
I've been listening to Conan O'Brien's podcast a lot lately
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
kind of like getting to know Conan O'Brien a little more. And then I think after I like started listening to that and realized that that was his episode, and I went back and watched it, I'm like, oh, this is
This is
absolutely
totally.
This is Conan O'Brien all over the place. And I just find that interesting now too. But
Yeah. It's 100% his sense of humor, isn't it?
yeah.
So, Wilden,
Anyway,
to catch you up, we both got three picks. So I'm gonna let you
Mm.
pick three in a row, but also you will be last in the draft order. So it's
Okay,
Adam goes first, I'm in the middle, and then you. We're not doing snake draft. We're just going back to the beginning. So go ahead.
hey, I got on here pretty late, so that's fair enough.
All good. So
Would you mind just a quick list of who picked what? I know you told me what you had
so
earlier, but
Adam picked the Genesis tub, Homer cubed, and Bart Simpson's Dracula, and I picked the Devil and Homer Simpson, Nightmare on Evergreen Terrace, and The Shining. Not
all right.
Shining. We don't want to get sued.
It's right. That's right. When I had this list and I kind of had different sections of what I felt like were, like if I was doing a draft table, this would be a number one draft pick. This would be a number two, etc. I had The Shining as my number one overall pick.
Mm.
That's very interesting. But you guys did take a couple of my number two picks for sure, which were, and they could have been number one if I changed my mind. But Bart Simpson's Dracula and The Devil and Homer Simpson were both up there for sure
Mhm.
as well. That's fun. That's a good list.
Hmm.
All right. So I've got three in a row. I'm gonna start. My number one pick is going to be from season six. It's going to be the second of the three. So it's Treehouse of Horror 5. I'm just gonna say the season because it's how I have it written down.
I got you.
Mm.
Time and Punishment, which
Yeah.
is Homer
The toaster. The toaster
fixes the
time.
time and
Yes,
goes back in
it's a great.
time, and just like every new world he comes to has something funny to it. I love that overall episode because Willie dies with an axe to the back in all three different parts. But at the end, he's like, "Oh, I'm really bad at this." But the every time he goes back to the time of the dinosaurs and like accidentally kills something, it's in a different
Mm.
style and it's funny every time. Like the stupid bug, you go squish now, and then comes back and
Mm.
tries not to, he hops over all the stuff and then accidentally sits on the fish, and the noise the fish makes when he does is like, oh. And then when he
The
goes back, he's
sneeze.
like,
The sneeze
this,
is the one
yeah,
that gets me each time.
this is gonna cost me. And then the one that gets me is when he goes back, he's like, "Don't touch anything, I'll touch it!" Ah! And he starts yelling and hitting stuff, and like he's got a big club, and out of nowhere from the side, a giant mosquito comes flying at him, and he doesn't think anything of it. He just turns and punches it to the ground. It's
Mhm.
just like it's nothing, and it's just. God, it cracks me up so much. And then the beginning of it, just, oh, what a wonderful day. What a wonderful family. Dad, your hand is jammed in the toaster. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know how much detail we're supposed to give on these, but that
Yeah,
was my thought on it.
couple, just a minute or two, and you're good. So, all right,
Okay, it wasn't bad then.
for your second pick.
That's pretty good for me then. Adam, I am traditionally a short story long kind of guy.
Me
My
too.
second pick, good, that's good. My second pick is A Clown Without Pity from season four, the first part. As I was rewatching these over the last couple of days, that was the first one where I went, "Oh, this is a classic. Like this has got to be up there for sure." And as I kept watching through these Halloween specials, it kept on going up the list for me. I don't know. I think of it as one of those classic Halloween episodes, and
I just love the
just
turn at the end with that episode where where the Krusty doll becomes like Homer's servant, and then
yeah,
he comes back afterwards. He's like living with the Malibu Stacy doll, and he was like, "Hey, baby, I had a hard day at work, but coming to you makes it all worth it."
yeah. Well, even the resolution to that, here's your problem. Someone switched this thing to evil, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
at the like, I'm Krusty the Clown, and I don't like you. And he starts laughing, and didn't even pull at that. And Homer's obliviousness, and then how the way he scared it, it just, it really, it's pretty. And then like when it attacks him in the tub, and he runs by Patty and Selma, and their comments, it's just, I enjoy that one a lot. And then my third pick is going to be Omega Man, the Omega Man from season nine, part one.
Yeah.
The nuclear bomb goes off,
Yeah.
Adam
and
just talked about that one being
Accidentally.
be being something that he was gonna pick. So
Yeah.
I it's God, that's a classic Homer episode. I mean,
It's
even just as far
fantastic.
as in general.
Speaking of resolutions, the resolution of this is really good too, where the
Yeah.
mutants are like, we could all get along, and yeah, and then Marge and the kids just blast them away. It's like,
mhm.
yeah, it's great.
Like one of my
Yeah, it's
favorite.
like
Oh God, Mike.
oh, I was gonna say it's like it's an actual happy ending for the family
Mm,
for all five of them for once, and it's kind of fun to see that and just
yeah.
all the different lines. Yeah, you want me? Come get me. Get him. Don't like just a whole bunch of. You call that prime rib is such a great line walking out of a bomb shelter to a skeleton that's been
Oh,
and then keeps.
I
Oh man,
love
it's just
the bomb shelter that it will take a 6-ton megaton blast, no more, no less. Like it's so great.
Super specific. I believe that's the episode also where, or maybe this is a different one, but when Homer shoots Ned Flanders, like,
it's
Dad, you
different.
shot
That's
Ned
different.
Flanders, and it was like, or he was a zombie? What?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
That's a different one, but yeah, it's
That is a different one. Yeah,
damn,
that's that
yeah.
one's on my list actually.
okay.
Yeah, mine too. Yeah, God, it's just that's just so great. Like, oh, we don't like the term mutants. We prefer I don't remember what they say, but just like
Yeah.
yeah, when he's dancing naked and the like what all the things he can do now that he's the only person on Earth, he goes and dances naked in the church to war. What is it good for?
I mean,
Just like
wait, you
classic.
you wouldn't do that? Because that's
Like,
on my short
okay,
list of things to do if there's a
with the
nuclear.
with and obviously it is because of this episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, those are my three, and I actually have all that works out well because I have all six of my top two pick ideas taken off the board now, so this evens out for me pretty well.
All right, Adam,
Um,
let's swing back to you for pick number four.
I will consider if I can't have Omega Man, I'm going to go a segment from the same episode, Fly vs. Fly, which is
Ooh,
it's the whole opening garage sale or yard sale that Frank is having is so great. Like everything is, I don't know, just everything he's selling is just it's funny. And then Homer trying to take a piss using it and drinking the cat ear medicine and didn't even realize it was the cat ear medicine. It was just
Here,
yeah, very
sweet.
good episode.
Here, sweetie. Do you want more sugar? Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
that's a great
I
episode, and just veers more into the sci-fi stuff, which
yeah.
I like
yes,
too.
yeah.
My favorite of that is just that beginning thing in Frank's like yard sale and like first of all
Mm.
the matter transport's only $2. I just love the line like
It only
two
transports matter.
bucks only transports matter. I'll give you 35 cents.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's so good. And the robot tries to Robbie the automaton tries to run off. It's old sign. It's so
yeah,
good.
nice.
Yeah.
All right, with my fourth pick, I am picking one. This is more of an American-centric one.
I
Perhaps
Mm.
one
know
of
it.
my favorite lines. You have to pick one of us. You have a two-party system. And
Yep.
Ross
Yeah.
Perot
Yeah.
punches his thing.
Go ahead, throw your vote away.
So Citizen Kang
Yeah,
is
man.
mine
Good
for this
pick.
one mainly because boy
Out of term.
in
Make it into
20
two.
in 2020, boy, this whole notion is like we really do have a two-party system here only.
Yeah.
Really? Okay,
Mate.
cool.
Yeah.
I
That's like in
God,
most
that
places, sadly.
that was gonna be mine. I
Yeah.
rewound and watched it a couple of times because it kept making me laugh. I love when the at the end when they're giving their final speeches and like I look forward to an orderly election. It's in order to avoid a violent bloodbath and everybody claps and but then I kept laughing at it. It's just like when you go into that voting booth, vote for me, Senator Bob Dole. He corrects himself. Yeah,
Someone with
it's
Bill Clinton's like always twirling towards infinity or something.
Yeah, that's
So stupid.
it's so stupid, but it's still so funny.
Yeah.
Oh,
uh,
that's a good one. All right,
But,
Wildon, you're number four.
man. You already brought this one up. So I'm going to, I think I'm going to take this one. Dial
mm,
Z for Zombies, which is
mm,
season four, part three, the third segment. Bart finds an evil book and brings a bunch of zombies back from the dead, and
mm.
that's the one where Homer shoots the zombie Flanders, and Bart tells him, "You just shot the zombie Flanders. He was a zombie."
Yeah.
And I just love when he's running down the hall, shooting all the historical figures, and just it's just goofy. And then when they reverse the spell and all the zombies go back into their graves and it's like, see you in hell, still pushing that boulder. Yep. Just in the John Smith 1882, my mistake. Like
Mhm.
just for some reason that always sticks with me.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's the little things that stick with you with their quotes in this show.
Adam, you're number 5.
Yeah, my list is it's not running dry, but anyway. I'm going to say, sorry guys. I'm just gonna say I know what you diddly idly did from episode 10. Landers the werewolf. It's just really funny. I don't know what else to say. It's just really funny. I love it. I think it's nearing the peak, or sorry, near the it's where the Simpsons in general just starting to hit a downward slope. It's kind of plateauing. And that's probably one of the last really good segments of I know Treehouse of Horror. I nearly said I know what you did last summer.
No,
I
that's a good one.
Yeah. I thought that same thing when I was watching through these. I was like, this one's actually really good, but I don't remember
Mm.
them. And then I watched season 12. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. My number 5, I'm going to pick a classic of the Twilight Zone, which The Simpsons does quite a bit, but Terror at 5.5 feet. It's the
Yeah, it's on my
one.
list.
It's the one where Bart is on a bus and there's a little gremlin looking thing that's destroying the bus and nobody believes him. That's there. It is the parody of the Nightmare at 20,000 feet with the little gremlin on a plane.
Hans
I,
Moleman driving a gremlin.
I don't think, like, I'm pretty sure that Stephen King and The Twilight Zone are probably in the running for the things that have been parodied the most from
Mm.
from Treehouse of Horror, and I'm probably thinking The Twilight Zone has probably been parodied way more than Stephen King, but yeah, this one is just it's classic, it's funny, it's got some fun
Yeah.
moments on the bus. Yeah,
Yep.
good one for me. Well, you're number 5.
Man, I this is where it starts to actually get pretty difficult because there are like some pretty good picks on the board, and I'm like, oh, I don't know
Mm.
about my order here. But I think you know that one of my favorite seasons is season 6, and if I can get two season 6 ones in here, I'm gonna go for it. So I'm gonna say Nightmare Cafeteria,
Yeah. Good
um,
choice.
the third of that, and I just think of Principal Skinner. It's a great Principal Skinner one when he's just gleeful, like he's kind of gloating in front of the kids, like, "Oh, it's. I bet you could say that there's a little ooter in all of us." And he's like laughing, and he keeps going, and then he goes to the. You might even say that we ate ooter, and he's in our stomachs right now. And he laughs, and he goes, "Wait, scratch that one," and walks away. And then when right after that, when the kids run back and they're like, "Mom, they're cooking kids at the cafeteria," he's like, kids, I can't fight all your battles for you. Just go back there and just tell them firmly, don't eat me. And they're like, okay. But yeah, I think that one's a pretty good one and like legit a little
Mm.
bit scary.
Yeah, good
Yeah.
pick. Adam, you're number 6.
I'm going to go back to number 1, based on my favorite piece of literature of all time, The Raven, with James L.
Damn
Jones
it, that was my
nominating.
next. That was my next
It's
pick. I'm
so
kind of mad
well
at you,
done.
but I can't begrudge you for that.
No, yeah, this was even though we've had what 90 odd segments, I suppose, of Treehouse of Horror, we're always going to, yeah, this is a big danger. I mean, that's so well done, the way they do the Raven. It's just really well done. I don't know if I can say much more than that. I just really, really enjoy it.
Yeah, that one, just Bart, just what a perfect way to just have Bart
Mm,
Simpson just say nevermore. Like
mm,
that's so annoying. And
mm.
Homer, Homer just reciting the lines to the Raven.
Yeah,
That's just good.
Losing his mind in a Homer Simpson way still. Like
yeah,
that, yeah,
yeah.
that's the character. Helty's right. The way they kind of put the characters in there is perfect. And I mean,
Hmm.
like, what two bigger three-part names than, like you said, or James Earl Jones and Edgar Allan Poe. Like that's
Yeah,
what a combo.
Yeah. Edgar
really.
Allan Poe's another one that they parodied a lot. So
Yeah.
yeah, but I'm waffling between two right now because I'm wondering if one is going to be on the board a little bit later. But I'm just going to go ahead and just go with my gut. I'm going to go with the Monkey's Paw episode. The
Is that the
Monkey's Paw.
Frogate episode?
I
You get
believe.
Froget with the old guy. Am I thinking of something? I think it is.
No, that's why that was Clown Without Pity, and that's actually why I picked that.
Ah,
Was because that
gotcha.
Frogurt line is just so classic.
Yeah, it's yeah. I thought that was okay. Sorry,
Yeah,
Mike.
no,
Monkey's Paw.
it's all good.
Good.
The monkey's paw one, it's a classic. And that's all I'm really gonna say about that because it is just phenomenal episode, a lot of fun. Great. That's another Twilight Zone pick. So yeah,
Mhm.
good call with that one for me. So Wilden, you're number 6.
A board with a nail through it. So I think I am going to go with. We can look at this one more time. I am gonna go. Sorry, I'm gonna go with Attack of the 50-Foot Eyesores from season 7.
Habit. That's fine.
Yep.
It's not my favorite, but I enjoy Homer a lot in that episode, and just his, it's another kind of classic. Like that's peak Homer.
Good.
And I love just the commentary they have on advertisement and like the way they end that episode. Like,
Yeah.
just beware, advertising is out of control. The next advertisement you see could destroy your house and eat your family. And then Homer pops in, we'll be right back. Like, just
Just the commentary that it has on that is really good, but
Yeah.
also it just presents like a great way. It's like, hey, if you want to get rid of these advertisements and just anything that's annoying, stop paying attention to it. And that's the way that you can
Yeah.
get all these things to, stop. So yeah, good one with that. It was on my short list, but now it's off. So all right, fair enough. Adam, you're number 7.
I am going to go back to what I think is the best actual Treehouse of Horror episode, which is entry number 7, so season 8, The Thing and I, with Bart as it has an evil twin lives upstairs. Fish heads, fish heads. I love that. That all 3 of those segments in that episode are peak Simpsons, full stop. And yeah, that episode's great. Where Dr. Hibbert holds a mirror up to him in the attic and then punches him in the face through it. Like, it's so good. There's just so many great little touches in that. Mummy, the pigeon rat.
The two lines in that that I really like when Dr. Hibbert is saying a routine soul smear indicates the presence of evil. It's like soul smear? What? Like growing up watching that, I was like, oh, that's totally a thing. And later than I'm proud to admit,
yeah.
I was like, no, that's definitely not a thing.
But but I love what it's a play on. Like, oh, Pat's okay.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
it that's the great thing about Simpsons jokes is you still like catch things every time you rewatch them, and as you get older,
Absolutely.
it just it's funnier for new reasons.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, great pick. That unfortunately was going to be my next pick, but it's okay. It's okay. It's all good. I'm just going to go with a oldie but a classic, King Homer, because
Hmm.
a great
Yeah.
a great
Yeah.
parody off of King Kong with that. It's in black and white as well.
Hmm.
Yeah, just great pick. There's kind of one similar to this that's on my short list as well. That's a possibly pick, and I might have to dive into some of those eventually. But yeah, King Homer, just classic.
Yep.
That's exactly what I was about to pick if you didn't. So
Um,
good.
so Wilden, you're number 7.
Since you took King Homer, I'm gonna go. Hey, you got mine. I got one of yours. So there we go. I'm gonna go with Easy Bake Coven or Coven,
Hmm.
sorry, from season 9. Marge and her sisters are all like pretty great characters in the show in general, and this is one of the few that I think actually like highlights those 3 in this way and so effectively, and just. It's got a little bit of a creepy factor to it still. And just the gleefulness with showing like how all the townspeople are just burning everything. And like, oh no, that was like, oh, you witches, you ruined my crops. No, that was gophers. Well, that's impossible. We
Yeah.
burned all the gophers. And just the fact that the resolution was the gingerbread children that are boneless
It's like an origin
and when
story
Flint.
for trick or treating, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
And
I love
and the
that
first
touch.
caramel cod.
Yes,
Yeah, caramel code. Yeah.
can't forget about that caramel cod. So good pick. All right, on to the home stretch with everyone's final 3 picks. Adam, you're number 8.
I don't have any left on my list. I am going to say Hell to Pay, another one of yours.
Yeah.
I mean, Hell to Pay is funny, man. I think I actually quite like Snake as a character. There's a couple I actually, when I was watching, I thought this was the episode, and obviously it's not, where he's like, "It takes premium, dude," but it's not. That's from an actual proper episode. But Hell to Pay is still really funny with just obviously the snake's hair infesting Homer. I don't know, and he goes around on this revenge sprees. I like revenge-matic movies as well, so it kind of ties into all that. So yeah, it's good. It's a fun episode.
I love how Chief
It's,
Wiggum totally sells out Bart at the beginning. Like,
yeah,
I'm gonna kill all of you. Don't forget Bart Simpson over here.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
There's
great.
a part near the end where the wig, like this wig is sentient and it jumps on Bart's face and Homer starts punching the wig on Bart's face.
Well, and the shootout at the end as well, where the cops are shooting the toupee, and it's like,
Yeah,
struggling
yeah.
to, that's great as well.
Mm,
Freeze hairball.
This, oh man, this is starting to get tricky
tough.
now. So
Mhm.
I'm gonna go with actually a later entry in this, and I'm gonna go season 35, and I'm gonna go
Really?
like, dude, I rewatched all of these for this. It was for an article that I'm doing, and some of these from the later seasons are horrendous, but the vast majority of them are not good. But there's some in
Mm.
here that are actually pretty good. So from season 35, they did a parody of Seven for that, and they called it Eight. And the premise of it is, so does everyone remember the episode, the Cape Fear episode, where
Yeah, yeah.
where Bart, where Sideshow Bob and Bart are going against each other on the boat?
It's painful.
Mama, oh no, Mom, Dad's been drugged.
Yeah.
No, he hasn't.
So in that episode, the premise behind it is, what happens if Sideshow Bob had actually succeeded and killed Bart during this? Lisa becomes a profiler, and then she's after a serial killer who is killing people in like interesting ways and trying to send a message to Lisa, a la John Doe from Seven. So got a pretty good twist at the end as well, kind of similar to Seven. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go to some of those because picked most of the good ones. So Whildin, you're number 8.
I forgive me if this one's already been taken, but I'm gonna take season 10's Starship Poopers
That was my next one.
when Maggie was one of the aliens, and
Mm.
I didn't really think much of it going in, and then when I watched it, I went, okay, yeah, this is still pretty funny. I love all the lines of when they're
Homer's jealousy is great.
Homer great, and then like Kang's like very blatant distraction, and like every time as they're telling the story, like, and without warning, I was abducted. Warning, warning, you are about to be abducted. Or they distracted me with some very advanced distraction techniques. Look over there. It just like and does the thing. Like it's just
Jerry
so
Springer
they're
and it's a Jerry
yeah.
Springer episode. The very of the time,
Oh, yes,
for sure.
that's right.
Yeah, and still pretty yeah. So I'm happy with that.
Cool. Adam, you're number 9.
I'm running low. I have one in here that I've written down called, I'm really sorry.
It's all good.
It's my last one I actually have written down, and I can't remember a damn thing about it. It is called, Scary King Come True. Scary Tales King Come True. I don't remember that.
That's the Hansel and Gretel.
I've written it down.
Is that the Hansel and Gretel?
Oh, is that
one?
where yes, they put the witch ends up in obviously the witch ends up in the oven at the end, but yeah, okay. I'm just going to stick with that because I wrote it down for a reason, but I can't remember a damn thing about it. I should have written more notes.
All good, all good. My number 9. Boy, this is so. Wilden, just for your reference, Adam and I, one of the things that we talked about a little bit was, with Homer Cubed, it's a revolutionary episode for a lot of reasons, but it's also trying something different as well. And one from season 34 that I give them a lot of credit for trying, because that season 34 episode is actually outstanding. But there's one called Death Tome. It's in anime. So the for the stylistic choices, and then also it's actually a pretty scary episode. My youngest walked in and she got scared, so I was like, "Oh, you
Huh.
did it! You did your job." So cool. So just the way everyone looks and follows the movie Death Note actually pretty closely. So good
Mm,
for them for that. So
Well, that's the thing with all of these is they follow the movies pretty well. For
mm.
5 minute segments. That's why The Shining is so big for me. And because I saw The Shining, 100 times before I actually saw The Shining. And so when I first watched The Shining
Yeah.
all the way through, I couldn't help but laugh throughout the movie, especially like one of the scariest parts should be when he's like kind of slowly chasing her up the stairs and she's, got the bat and she's freaking out. But I just kept on laughing because all I was like, give me the bat, Marge, give me the bat. Give me... And then he scares himself in the mirror. I'm like, man, I like the Shining ruined The Shining for me in the best way. All right. So
you're number nine. Well,
it's not really that much of a horror movie, so it's almost like they were running out of ideas, and it was like, oh, we can do this as something that's not canon, if you will, even though it doesn't really have anything to do with Halloween, or it's not really scary at all. But I'm gonna go Desperately Seeking Xena from
Ah,
season
yes.
11.
Yeah.
And they, with Lucy Lawless as a guest star, you can tell that the Simpsons are starting to wind down there, but this one's still very funny. And just with Bart and Lisa getting superpowers because
Mm.
Nelson is punching his candy bag through the X-ray machine.
Stretch girl and rubber,
Um,
stretch boy and rubber girl or something.
yeah.
Stretch Dude, and Clapper Girl.
Clover girl, yeah.
And the
Good theme
Stretch
song.
Dude and Clapper Girl,
Yeah,
like just
yeah.
in that whole song.
Comic book is really good.
Yeah, Lucy Lawless is, at the convention and all the,
Mm.
they're all asking her the nerd questions. And it's like, well, okay, if something like that happens, a wizard did it.
Yeah.
Just, yeah.
The Xena's flying. It's like Xena can't fly. I'm Lucy Lawless. And then they're
Yes.
like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah, yeah,
okay. All right. Adam, take us home. Last
yeah. So
pick.
I'm going to go to season 33 as well because I watched this one last night and it sticks with me best. And I mentioned to you earlier, Mike, but the Duke, which
Mm,
is obviously a take on the Babadook, is actually really good. It's actually
yeah.
really impressive. So I need to watch a few more of these later seasons. Yeah, not much to say about it other than I recommend people checking it out because it's the one that precedes Death Tome, which one you spoke of before, which is great as well. So yeah, 100% recommend Duke.
Pukaduke was my next pick, and I figured that
Mm.
was coming, so all good. Okay. I'm gonna go with a sentimental pick for this one because I think the premise of this is so stupid, but I laugh every time I watch it. I'm gonna go season 12, Night of the Dolphin, because just to have the Dolphins, the Dolphins take over Springfield. The part where like the Dolphin leader just when he first gets up to the microphone and he's just like, I will talk in it.
Yeah.
Actually, what I meant to say was, and just yeah, just the ridiculous
Mm.
premise of this just gets me each time. Upon rewatching all of these, and I got to this episode because you Adam, you picked I Know What You Diddly Did last,
Hmm.
or and then Mike, you picked Desperately Seeking Xena. This is the year after that, and this is the one that I was like, oh boy, wow,
Hmm.
okay,
Same.
we're really starting to jump the
Yeah.
shark with this one. So Wilden,
Jump
you're
the dolphin.
the dolphin exactly. Wilden, your final pick.
And well, on the dolphin one, I just love when Sea Captain McAllister is like, "Oh, the dolphins are gathering, and only this sea captain knows how to stop them." So they just immediately kill them.
Yeah.
I agree with you on that season 12 one. That first, I think the Ghost Dad one is just not good.
Mhm.
And I'm like, man, this is ugh. Anyway, I have my pick, but I want to give a quick shout out real quick because I was considering this for a while. I'm not picking this, but I was considering Bad Dream House, which is season 2. That's the first Halloween segment they ever did. And it's not like that funny, but at least it's like you said. In fact, you know what? That's my pick. Just because they take a leap, it's kind of for the history of it, if you will.
Yeah.
And it's not all that funny, but I do kind of enjoy the fact that like the house is like trying to scare them out, like this haunted house and everything, and then Marge yells at it and then tells it like you're gonna just have to live with this.
Mhm.
And the house is like, all right, give me a sec, and they walk out, and then the house destroys itself rather
Yeah.
than live with the Simpsons. Like that's a pretty good, that's a solid like
Mm.
final joke. And then the next two segments of that episode I think are both have similar resolutions. Like they keep on making it's like, oh, they'd rather like not be with the Simpsons, just one of that thing.
Yeah.
But just because it's the first ever one, I am going to pick that and not Life's a Glitch, Then You Die. I was considering it just because of
Y2K.
Krusty's pacemaker being stuck on Hummingbird just cracks me up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm going with the very first one.
Yeah, give credit where credit is due with that, because it kind of, to me, that kind of feels like the similar way that I feel about Iron Man in terms of the MCU ranking. It's like you got to give it a little credit for at least being the first one to be there, in addition to it being an actually really good episode in your case, and in my case, a movie. The only so I just one quick story and then we'll wrap up. I almost cheated and I almost put Bard of Darkness in my ranking. It's the episode where it's the Rear Window parody. It's the
Hmm.
best
Yeah, it's a
Simpsons
full
episode.
episode.
It's a full episode. It's the best one that, could have been
Yeah.
one of these, but it's not. And I almost picked it, but I was like, nah, I can't do that. I think both of you would kill me if I did that. But I
I,
really
I
thought about it.
I was gonna make a comment that one would fit into this. I agree with you completely, Hilty, because that one's
Hmm.
got kind of a scary feel to it and everything too, and that it would have absolutely fit here.
Yeah. So, all right. So to recap, Adam's top 10 for the draft purposes, not his overall top 10, but for draft
Hmm.
purposes, picked Genesis Tub, Homer Cubed, Bart Simpson's Dracula, Fly versus Fly, I Know What You Diddly Did, The Raven, Thing and I, Hell to Pay, Scary Tales Can Come True, and The Pookadook. I picked The Devil and Homer Simpson, Nightmare on Evergreen Terrace, The Shinning, Citizen Kang, Terror at 5.5 feet, Monkey's Paw, King Homer, 8, Tome, and Night of the Dolphin. Waffling on that a little bit, but whatever. Whildin picked Time and Punishment, Clown Without Pity, The Omega Man, Dial Z for Zombie, Nightmare Cafeteria, Attack of the 50-Foot Eyesore, Easy Bake Coven, Starship Poopers, Desperately Zeking Xena, and Bad Dream House. So those are our lists. So guys, thanks for doing this and indulging me in this. So Adam, plug your
Hmm.
stuff. Where can people find you?
Several places. Instagram is curbside_collections. Letterboxd is just Curb Rider, so it's KERBRIDER. And obviously, I have a podcast on this same network, or three of them actually, which is also Curbside Collections. The super fun, happy horror hour, which is a podcast about horror movies with a nice little what do you call it? Conceit behind it, the way we set it up, and also the Cinematic Wasteland, which is I'll run through the history of cinema year by year with Shane and Luke.
Cool. Wilden, do you have anything you'd like to plug?
Nothing to plug right now, but thank you.
So cool. Good stuff. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, mate. That's a pretty good list.
Yeah, thanks, Hilty.
That's going to do it for this episode of SPDM TV. Be sure to like, rate, and subscribe to anything and everything SPDM Crew, wherever you get your podcast. Join us on social media on Facebook, Instagram, X, Threads, YouTube, LinkedIn, and Blue Sky at SPDM Crew. Check out our website at spdmcrew.com. Shout out to HiFlyer Creative Studios for making our awesome logo. Greatly appreciate their support. And if you have any marketing, logo, or brand standard needs, contact them at HiFlyerCreative.com. Check out the other shows on our network. We've got a lot of great content, so please check out the other shows and continue to support the SPDM Crew. If you've got a podcast idea or you're interested in being part of the SPDM Crew as a guest or collaborating, email us at gmail.com. Until next time, happy watching, friends.